Right, I think that's everybody, so we'll get going. Hi everyone, and welcome to this one-part webinar. Some of you may have joined me for the previous Yealink webinar where we took a look at the full range, but since then there have been all sorts of new products come out, mainly on the conference phone and DECT solution. So I thought, you know what, we'll get another one in. There's loads of exciting things going on. I'm going to try and keep it short and sweet. I don't want to delve into too much detail, but hopefully it'll be enough to just give you an overview of where Yealink are product-wise. So my name is Anna Marzek-Smith, and I am the sales team leader here at ProVu Communications. And here is our agenda for today. So a bit of an introduction to ProVu and Yealink. I'll give you an overview of Yealink's newest products with some example application scenarios, plus we've just launched another fab Yealink promotion, so I'll be giving you details on that. As always, followed by any questions you may have at the end. Bit of housekeeping before we start. If you do have any questions, feel free to send them. You can do this by clicking on the speech bubble on the right-hand side tab and just type your questions in the box. Okay, so ProVu and Yealink. ProVu have been around for about 20 years now. In fact, we're getting ready to celebrate our 20-year anniversary later this year. And we began distributing Yealink in 2009. So we work closely with both Yealink UK and Yealink China to develop our service offering around Yealink products, such as automatic provisioning and remote device management. Yealink was founded in 2001 and is a global leading unified communication solutions provider that primarily offers video conferencing systems and voice communication solutions. Their mission for easy collaboration, high productivity is certainly reflected in their product range, which you will see as we go along. They firmly cemented themselves in the market as one of the leading SIP phone manufacturers, with more than 15 million Yealink endpoints sold around the world in more than 500,000 companies, meaning 1 in every 500 people on Earth owns or is using a Yealink product. Fun fact for a Wednesday morning, huh? Right, moving on. Today we're going to focus on their conference and DECT solutions. So just before we take a closer look, here is a quick overview of the full range, just in case there's anyone here today that's new to Yealink. So we've got 3 conferencing solutions to meet a variety of needs for small, medium, and large size meetings. Their desktop IP phones consist of 3 ranges. So there's the T5 series, which is the newest smart business phone range with video phones. Then you've got the T4 series, which offers feature-rich and cost-effective solutions with a stylish and elegant business design. And as always, the good old T2 series, which you've grown to know and love. We've then got a number of DECT IP phones as well, from cordless handsets to the ability to connect a desk phone over DECT and even a conference phone. So we'll dive straight into the conferencing phones. So there's 3 options here. All of these are designed, again, with different features to support your variety of needs. So there's the CP920, which is a feature-rich yet cost-effective solution for small to mid-sized meetings. Your higher-end option would be the CP960, which offers even more features, plus the ability to add expansion microphones, so making this one suitable for medium to large-sized meetings. We've then got a desktop as a DECT version as well. So it's essentially the same as the CP920 in terms of look and features, except you run it off the W60B base station as a DECT solution. So this one's perfect for sites where cabling is an issue. I've just had a quick question from somebody asking if the slides are going to be available. We will be sending a recording and copy of the slides to everybody that's registered. And if there's anyone else that's after it that didn't attend, just send us an email and we can send you a link to the recording. Right, so we'll take a closer look into the CP920. So we've got a graphical LCD backlit display with a touch-sensitive keypad. So it's really got that modern feel to it without the clunky buttons that you see on some of the older ones. It's flexible in the way that you can use it with your smartphone, PC and tablet. And in order to do that, it's got integrated Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. And then your range on the built-in microphones is about 20 foot, which is more than most of the other entry-level conferencing solutions out there. So this one really fits in that feature-rich, cost-effective solution. So you're retailing at around £400, which again is lower than other entry-level solutions in the market. And this one has become really popular with our customers. So not just the Yealink customers, but anyone that's looking for a decent conferencing solution that isn't going to break the bank and looks nice on the table. The CP930W, as I said before, is pretty much the same in how it looks and the features described, except this is a wireless DECT version. So there's no requirement for power or internet outlets. You can just run this off the W60B base station. So it's perfect if your customer has a site where they can't get cabling in all the rooms, or even if they just don't have a designated conference room. You know, with this solution, any room becomes your conference room. You just take it off the charging cradle and use it wherever you need to be. So a bit more detail on how it works with the W60B base. So your range indoors is about 50 meters, which will vary depending on the site, of course, but it is a decent amount to be able to move it into different rooms. When using it on the base, you can also register 2 cordless handsets. So for an office that requires minimal cordless and a conference phone, you can put this all on one system. It's nice and easy. The CP960 is your high-end solution, but again, this falls in at a good price compared to others in the market. And this one's got a Android color touchscreen, so it's really current in terms of technology. I mean, everyone's using smartphones these days, so it just fits. But it's sleek, it's super smart, making it a really good-looking piece of equipment. Like the others, this one has the inbuilt microphones already, but you do have the option to expand. So these 2 microphones come with their own little charging cradles, and you can then pick them up and move them anywhere in the room for the additional range. So this one makes it suitable more for medium to large size meetings. Right, moving on to cordless DECT from Yealink. So why would you go for Yealink's DECT solution over another IP DECT solution? Well, to start with, we've got 2 base station options, with the highest W60B supporting 8 handsets and 8 calls. So you've got some flexibility depending on what you need. And then you've also got a variety of handsets to choose from. So if you look at other IP desk phone manufacturers, they focus on the desk phone and usually just have one single cell option, whereas Yealink have worked really hard on developing multiple options to suit a variety of needs. With the ability as well to connect a desk phone or conference phone over DECT, you've really got yourself a one-stop solution, making it really easy to put together. The provisioning is easy as well. It supports zero-touch provisioning, and then the ProVu systems that we've got in place, which we have done for many years now, these can all reach your customers pre-provisioned and ready to go. So there's 3 DECT bundles here. We've got the W60P, which is the W60B base station and a W56 handset. You've then got the W53P, the Yealink's newest DECT bundle, which consists again of the W60B base station, but this time along with the W53 handset. And then there's the W52P solution, which is suitable for smaller offices. So I'll take a closer look into these 3. We'll look at the different handsets and features of the base station, starting with the W60P here. So the handset itself is a good size with a large colour screen, and you've got powerful batteries supporting up to 30 hours talk time. Comes with a little charging cradle, as they all do, so you can just let it sit there when you're not using it. It's got really fast charging time as well, this one. You know, you can get yourself 2 hours call time in about 10 minutes. So if you have accidentally left it lying around not charging, which we all do from time to time, then it's not going to be long before you're back on track. The elegant and streamlined metallic silver design as well makes it really nice to feel and use, so your customers should get to grips with it pretty easily. And this one runs off the W60B base station, which I'll take a look at shortly. The W53P uses the same base station, but with a different handset. So this one is probably more your mid-range option, with the W56 being your higher end. So we've still got a color screen on this one, but there's a little less talk time, and it is a smaller handset in general. So inevitably your screen will be smaller. But some people do prefer a more compact design. You know, your options are there depending on what you want. Again, this one's got the metallic silver, so it does have that nice feel to it. And you've also got the option of a protective case. So this one, you can make it more suitable for non-office environments, you know, so for your warehouses, garages, kitchens, anywhere that are non-office, you know, where you might be prone to dropping it. So this is the case. As you can see, it's not one of those little leather cases you can get. It is an actual hard case that fits around the handset. Now, it's not available just yet. It is coming soon, I promise, and we will be sending an email out launching it when it's available. The W52P is probably the most familiar with everyone, as this one has been around for the longest. Like the 53P, it is small and compact, but it doesn't have that metallic silver design. So this is more of a basic sort of entry-level option. It runs off the W52 base station as well. So this one's smaller. It supports 5 handsets and 4 calls, so suitable for your smaller offices. So just a bit more on the W60P. This one is for your larger solution. So it's got the ability to support 8 handsets and 8 calls, which is the highest you'll find currently in the single cell DECT market. And it is compatible with the entire DECT range of handsets. So you can use it with the 56, which is the high-end big one, the 53H, which is your mid-range smaller one that's also got the option with the protective case, and you can also use it with the W52H entry-level option. You've also got the ability to connect to T41S or T42S using a DECT dongle, plus your CP930 conference phone as well. And there's also a DECT repeater, which will give you the ability to extend the range if you need to. Well, I'm going to tell you a bit more about this DECT dongle because I've mentioned it a couple of times now, and I'm sure you're all wanting to know. But this is, again, one of the newest products in Yealink. So you start with the T41S or T42S, which we're all familiar with, but the DD10K, this dongle, that is where the magic happens. So this dongle is essentially turning your desk phone into a cordless handset in the sense that it can now connect to a W60B base station. So for a smaller solution where you want a desk phone and a cordless handset, you can just run it all off one system. It will all sit on that base station. So I'm going to give you a sorry, I've just noticed we've had a question. Can you use it on an analog line as well? Unfortunately, the answer is no. These are all SIP. You can't use any analog lines. They're all purely VoIP, these ones. So I'm going to give you an idea of how we can use these in different situations. So the DECT options are suitable for all sorts of sites. So as we said before, they're great for your warehouses and restaurants, you know, when your staff aren't at desks and need that mobile solution, especially with the protective case or the 53H. It's great for your retail outlets. You've got small to medium offices, so you know you'll probably there want to use the nicer looking handset, so the 56H or the 53H. But it's also really good for home workers as well. You know, typically in your home working situation, you'll need to plug directly into an Ethernet port in the router because you're not going to have cabling. So, and the router's always not going to be in the most convenient place. You know, it's going to be where you get the best signal. So what you can do in this situation is stick your W60B base plug directly into the router, and then the T41S or T42S can sit in their home office or wherever it is in the house that they tend to work. And then they can also have the cordless handset, you know, so when they're just popping down to make a cup of tea, you know, they can take their phone with them. They don't want to miss any calls. And it just gives them that office feel at home. You know, it brings working at home to another level. If we're to take a look at a medium-sized business solution, for example, we've got a conference room here, so you can stick your CP960 or CP920, or even the CP930 if you want that flexibility to take it into other rooms. You've then got your manager's office where he's probably going to use one of the more executive phones, so maybe a T58 video phone. So that one's got the camera and a big adjustable color screen. And then you've then got the rest of the office, which is probably going to use some of the T4 series. So that's where you've got your entry level and mid-range options. The receptionist, again, like the manager, is probably going to use one of the higher end ones, so potentially the T58 or even the T48S from the T4 series, because that one's got a good amount of BLS on the screen, but you've got the option to add expansion keypads as well for additional BLS. You also then may want to have a couple of cordless handsets dotted around, so if you've already got the CP930 deployed, may as well get a couple of cordless handsets in there, and vice versa. If you need cordless handsets and you're going to stick in a conference phone, you may as well, just add it to that base. But I'm going to tell you a bit about the Yealink promotion that we've just launched, and I also wanted to remind you about the project support that we can offer. So the project program allows you to secure better pricing for you, and it also registers your deal. So if your customer's shopping around, they've gone to another reseller and someone else tries to come and register that same deal, they're not going to get the same pricing support that you have, and you've already secured it. So it doesn't have to be anything big. We're looking at deployments of 50 units or more, obviously not including your accessories. So it doesn't even have to be that big, to benefit from this additional support and security. But if you do want to know more, if you've got a project on the go, just whiz it over to our sales team. The email address is there. It's contact@provu.co.uk, and they'll be able to come back to you with more information and a quote. This is the current DECT promotion that we're running. So this is until the end of May. So bundle 1 consists of 2 W53 bundles. So that's your base and your handset times 2, and then an additional W53 handset. So if you look at this one pricing wise, it will work out with the additional handset more or less free of charge. The second bundle we've got is 1 W53P bundle, so your base and your handset, and then an additional 53H handset. So again, if we look at it price wise, it's working out that additional handset is more or less half price. We have sent an email about this on Monday, so some of you may have seen it already. For those of you that aren't on our mailing list, it is available to buy and process on the portal. If you don't have login details or you want to just speak to our sales team about it, again, just feel free to get in contact. I also wanted to add, just because we've been talking a lot about DECT today, so we do have the ability to pre-provision and pair the handsets to the base station for you. So we'd assign the extension numbers to the individual handsets prior to the dispatch. So that will just eliminate the last process, when your customer gets them and they've got to pair them before they can use it. What does this mean for you? It means we can ship directly to the customer on your behalf. So for them, it's a faster lead time. For you, you're saving money on delivery because you're only shipping it once. It's not coming to you first. And you're also saving money on engineering time. It only costs a few quid to get it done with ProVu. We can do it the same day for dispatch, and it gives your customer a real plug and play experience. Again, if you want to know more about this, our email address is contact@provu.co.uk, and our sales team will be able to tell you more. Right, that's it for today. If anybody has any more questions, feel free to ask. I will hang on for a couple of minutes, so so if you do think of anything, just pop it in the box and I'll answer as best as I can.